So, hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Now, I want to thank you guys a lot. I told you I was trying to pass this guy Dragon Sage, and the next day, we were able to do it. So, I'm really proud of you guys. I wasn't expecting that, but now we've got a way bigger foe, I guess. Not foe, but the next competitor is a lot bigger. So basically now I'm trying to pass Infinix. This guy called Infinix, he has 150, so almost basically double my subscriber count. But to be honest, I believe in you guys, and I don't think we'll get to it tomorrow, but I genuinely do believe that at some point we'll be able to catch up to him. So, let's try to get to him. Please do subscribe if you haven't, and if you have, use your second account to subscribe. But I don't want to waste your time too much. Let's just get right into the what if. Anyways, last time we left off, Naruto had just passed the exams, the end of school, Genin exams, whatever. And he was going to meet his Jonin sensei. Now, basically, after school, the next day when he came to school, the teams weren't announced. And the Team 7 was Sakura, Naruto, and Sasuke, just like in the original. Now, basically, they had to wait for a while, because you already know Kakashi ain't coming for at least an hour after when he was supposed to come. So yeah. Anyways, after waiting for a while, Kakashi finally walks in through the door, and Naruto's pretty excited because he's like, oh, finally. And Kakashi tells Team 7 to meet him up on the roof. Now, Team 7 goes up to the roof with Kakashi body flickering there, and he tells them to introduce themselves. So Sasuke does his emo stuff, going I don't particularly dislike anything. I don't particularly like anything either. And Sakura does her thing where she's like, I like a certain someone. I want to be a certain someone's wife, etc., etc. Just fangirling over Sasuke. And then Naruto, who also has the exact same thing where he likes ramen, wants to become Hokage, but he also says he wants to be the strongest ninja. And Kakashi's like, strongest ninja? Hold up there for a second, Naruto. You're getting a little bit ahead of yourself, don't you think? And so Kakashi said, okay, so you're gonna want to meet me at the training ground area, forest place, tomorrow, and make sure not to eat anything, or else I'm gonna make you throw it up. And so, Team 7 agreed and went their own ways. The next day, Naruto got up early in the morning and did all of his exercises, almost kind of like a warm-up, because he's pretty good at them now. He ate some nice stuff, and yes, he did eat, because he does not even remember Kakashi told him not to eat. So yeah, he did end up eating, and that's probably gonna make Kakashi mad, but Kakashi has no way of knowing, so Naruto's just very lucky. And after that, he immediately ran over to the training area. Now, he was even luckier when he found out that he was 30 minutes late and Kakashi still hadn't arrived, which kind of saved him on 30 minutes of waiting for Kakashi. So, yeah, Naruto's just really lucky. Anyways, they wait for another 30 minutes, and eventually Kakashi arrives, and Team 7 does question him, asking him where he was, and Kakashi simply answers, saying that he was lost on the path of life. And then he introduces the bell test, saying how he has 2 bells. The people who take it pass, the people who don't go back to the academy. Now, Sakura kind of doubts this, saying that then how does like the third person pass? And Kakashi says they don't. So Sakura's kind of like suspicious of this, but she really doesn't question Kakashi because she doesn't have that sort of brain capacity. Anyways, Kakashi says, okay, well, start. And so basically Naruto actually gets to hiding real quick to think of a bit of a strategy that he could use to get the bell. And as he does this, he's thinking, because he doesn't have a lot of options, so he decides to be a little strategic. But when he sees that Kakashi just started reading a book, he got pretty mad, so he stepped out of the bushes and was like, "Hey, Kakashi!" And Kakashi looked over, but there was nobody there, as Naruto dashed at him from behind and almost touched the bell. But Kakashi was fast, going behind Naruto, almost like an Uno reverse card, and saying secret technique, 1,000 years of death, as he flings Naruto into the river. Now, Naruto, after this humiliation, gets back out of the water and starts running towards Kakashi. And Kakashi is like, whoa, this kid's fast, but not fast enough, as he uses a bit of taijutsu and ends up punching Naruto in the gut. But as he does that, he realizes something, as it poofs into smoke. And Naruto technically didn't learn the Shadow Clone Jutsu, multi-Shadow Clone Jutsu, I guess, but like, I feel like he should know the Shadow Clone Jutsu, so I'm just gonna give him the Shadow Clone Jutsu. Let's just say all that stuff with Mizuki happened, just like Mizuki did it to another kid. Naruto helped the other kid, but then saw the scroll of sealing and just destroyed Mizuki. Anyways, now that we know that he has the Shadow Clone Jutsu, back to the fight. The Naruto just pops into smoke, and Kakashi is surprised at this technique, and he's also surprised at when Naruto was able to switch out with a clone, and realizes it must have been when he fell into the river and he switched with a clone while he was underwater. And then he just started looking around for the real Naruto, as Naruto once again came from behind him. But Kakashi said, too predictable, punching Naruto in the face, with that one also poofing to smoke. And then the real Naruto came from on top of a tree and started rushing at Kakashi, but then stopped, knowing that that really wasn't the way to go. And then Sasuke also came out, and they were kind of like, Naruto was in front of Kakashi and Sasuke behind him, and they were just like, hey Sakura, come here, help us out. And then Sasuke, who said that, almost immediately regretted it, knowing that Sakura would probably be more of a nuisance than a helpful, like being helpful. So Kakashi was like, a good step in the whole like trying to get the bells thing. It's a good step towards the real answer of this test. And Naruto said, let's go! And all three of them started rushing in at Kakashi. But seriously, like, they didn't really stand too much of a chance against Kakashi. Like, Naruto was actually extremely fast, and Kakashi was very impressed by his physical strength and durability. So Naruto was the only person who could really keep up with Kakashi, and Sasuke was also doing really well. He did pretty well one-on-one against Kakashi, if you remember. So yeah, he's pretty good as well. And Naruto actually managed to touch a bell, and he was almost able to get it out of Kakashi's, thing. But then Kakashi dropped his book and said, seems like I'll have to actually try. And then Naruto told Sakura to give him as many kunai as she could, as Naruto just started throwing the kunai at Kakashi. Kakashi didn't have too many trouble dodging them and blocking them with his own kunai. As, he was doing this, Sasuke used a fireball jutsu at Kakashi, but Kakashi dodged out of the way. And as he was doing that, Sakura tried to use her own kunai to stop Kakashi, as from dodging away from the fireball. He had momentum going one way. Sakura tried to hit her in midair while he was being flung, but Kakashi was able to dodge that midair, which is still insane. But Kakashi is one of the best ninja in Konoha, so he can do that stuff. And then came Naruto, as he just jumped and basically tackled Kakashi, but Kakashi was able to slam Naruto to the ground and get him off. As he landed, I was like, that was a pretty good attempt, as he looked behind him to see Naruto jingling the bells in his hand, and the Naruto that he had just knocked to the ground poofing into smoke, as he realized what Naruto had done. It was pretty genius. He had swapped himself for a clone, and while he started this whole team effort to get Kakashi distracted, and then he used his clone to go in, and then while Kakashi was being distracted, he was able to grab the bells. And you might be like, wait, how is Naruto stronger than Kakashi? First of all, he isn't, most definitely not. He was just able to grab the bells, and second of all, Kakashi doesn't even have his Sharingan active, so it all makes sense. Anyways, Kakashi tells them that they all passed, and also explains the true purpose of the bell test and how it was about teamwork. Now, Sasuke's kind of like, oh yeah, teamwork, whatever. But Naruto and Sakura kind of actually take it to heart, you know what I mean? So after that, Team 7 becomes, they become a team, and they're pretty good as well. Probably one of the best teams out there. Well, not at their current state, but they will become the most OP team, because Naruto, Sasuke, Kakashi, and Sakura, I guess. They're probably they become some of the best ninja ever. Anyways, so yeah, it's a pretty strong team even at its current stage, and they do really well with their missions. Now, I did say that the leveling system was created by Minato, so it functions using, I guess, missions instead of dungeons and stuff. So whenever Naruto's team got assigned a mission, somehow the blue screen, a new blue screen would pop out saying, new mission, do help the old crazy lady cross the road, or whatever Naruto's mission was. So that made Naruto have a lot more fun with the missions he was doing, and he was even able to level up once, but he was still really bored. So eventually Team 7 went up to Hiruzen and asked him for a harder mission, and Hiruzen kind of had to oblige. After all, this was Team 7. They had Sasuke and Uchiha, Naruto, the Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails and son of the fourth Hokage. They had Kakashi. I mean, it's a pretty OP team. So he gave them a C-rank escort mission to escort Tazuna, the bridge builder, to the land of waves. Now, Tazuna did come out all drunk, telling, Team 7 that, oh, these kids are gonna escort me. I think not. But honestly, Team 7 didn't really care, because after all, Hiruzen probably wasn't going to cancel their mission. So Hiruzen ordered him to go out and told the Anbu to take him away. As the next day, Team 7 got ready by the gates, and Tazuna now was all sober. As they met up, Tazuna apologized, and they went out on their way. Okay, sorry, I took a break there. I kind of left for like a day or two, but now I'm back to recording. Anyways, so basically, Team 7 head off on their mission to escort Tazuna to the land of waves. Now, they started heading off, and on Naruto's blue screen popped up a mission. Although Naruto was confused because he was sure he had already completed all of his missions. Now, the mission said, kill the Demon Brothers. And seeing this, Naruto was confused. The Demon Brothers? Who are they? Like, the Demon Brothers, he has no idea who they are, and there isn't anybody around. As he starts frantically looking around the place, trying to see if there's somebody watching them, but he sees nothing. Kakashi notices this and asks Naruto if everything's alright, but Naruto just says that everything's fine. There's nothing wrong. So Kakashi just keeps walking on, but this puts Naruto on high alert. So they keep walking, and Naruto's just inspecting everything, every bush. So when they walk across the puddle, Naruto already knows, and so he walks past not knowing really what to do, but he just walks past waiting to see if the Demon Brothers come out of the puddle. Now, when they do, Naruto was waiting, and as the Demon Brother rushed towards Kakashi, Kakashi was seemingly killed. But Naruto had no time to think, as he dashed toward one of the Demon Brothers with the poisonous blade, and he went up to him, and he started fighting him, but the Demon Brother was able to stab him in the arm. But at that moment, the Naruto poofed into smoke, as from behind him came the real Naruto, stabbing the Demon Brother in the neck, killing him instantly. As Sasuke took care of the other Demon Brother, grabbing his chain and quickly putting him out unconscious. Meanwhile, the Demon Brother that Naruto was fighting almost disappeared and dropped a weapon. Now this confused almost all of Team 7, as Kakashi came back out of hiding, as they saw that the Demon Brother had dropped a blade. Now Naruto already knew where this was headed. He knew that this was because of the mission, and he saw a text saying, level up. As he picked up the blade, he said, I'll hold on to this. I'm pretty sure I know why it's here. And I think it's meant for me. So, yeah. And Team 7 didn't really question him much, as they just decided to head on. But the person they did question was Tazuna. And they questioned Tazuna pretty hard. They were like, hey, Tazuna, so about the C rank rating of this mission, yeah, about that, so, anyways, after that, they just kept heading on, and Naruto, still being on high alert, saw something moving in the bushes, and he threw his kunai, and it hit a rabbit. But while the rest of Team 7 laughed at him, a thick fog started rolling in, and Tazuna said that it was normal around these areas, but, Team 7, including Kakashi, they slightly doubted him, because this fog was way too thick. As meanwhile, as they were thinking that, so as Team 7 was doubting, they were thinking about the mist, a huge blade started coming their way as Kakashi yelled, duck! And all of them, ducked as a huge blade almost chopped the tree in half and stuck to the tree, and a person landed on it. As the person said, I'm Zabuza Momochi, demon of the mist. And you must be Kakashi Hatake, the copy ninja. So, Kakashi was like, Zabuza, you say? You're in the bingo book, aren't you? You might get me a lot of money. Although I do wonder what you're doing here. As Zabuza says, I'm here for the bridge builder. And this kind of pushes Kakashi over the edge. At first, he kind of doubted Tazna because, Demon Brothers shouldn't be here. But after this, he is 100% sure that, there is something going on here. This is B or A rank easily. So, Kakashi's just like, guys, stay back. I'll have to handle this myself. As he runs in, trying to beat Zabuza, but Zabuza, using water clones, manages to outplay Kakashi. And Kakashi reveals his Sharingan, immediately starting to catch up with Zabuza, but Zabuza manages to trap Kakashi in a water prison jutsu, as Naruto's brain is working on overdrive, almost not overdrive, but it's okay, what do I do? And after seeing Kakashi get trapped in the water prison, he's like, okay, I think I've got a plan. As he explains his plan to Sasuke, and he nods in agreement as he pulls out a Fuma Shuriken and, unfolds it, or whatever you call it. As he swings it at Zabuza, it comes at Zabuza at shocking speeds, but Zabuza isn't going to be defeated that easily, as he dodges without even almost moving too much. But Sasuke has more Fuma Shurikens as he throws another one straight at Zabuza's direction. This one was even harder to dodge, as Zabuza had a lot of trouble dodging it. But he did dodge it. And Zabuza said, "Ha, you plan to beat me with that." And as he was about to finish his sentence, the Fuma Shuriken that Sasuke had just thrown transformed into Naruto, revealing that it was Naruto just transformed into a shuriken shape all along, as Naruto revealed his brand new blade and sliced Zabuza. This both released Kakashi and injured Zabuza's leg. But the fact that Zabuza's leg was cut not too deeply didn't bother Zabuza too much. The thing that bothered him more was that Kakashi was free, and Kakashi started fighting against Zabuza, Zabuza being once again overpowered by Kakashi and his Sharingan, just like he was in the original. But this was not what killed Zabuza. Turns out, Naruto's blade was poisonous, as Zabuza started feeling the effects of the poison, and then he died. Haku, watching this from the side, immediately got enraged as he completely dashed into the scene, trying to attack Kakashi, Naruto, and the rest of Team 7, trying to save Zabuza, but it was too late. After checking Zabuza's pulse, he realized Zabuza was dead, and Haku realized he had one thing to do: avenge his master, kill Team 7. As Haku rushed in, saying, "You killed my master and I'll kill you," and threw Senbon at all the members of Team 7, but they were able to dodge. Of course, except for Sakura, who got hit in the leg, or whatever. But they all started fighting Haku, and Haku was able to trap Naruto and Kakashi inside the ice prison. But there is a slight change of events in this version, because as Haku starts going from mirror to mirror, shooting Senbon after Senbon, Naruto is getting hit a lot, but Kakashi has the 3 Tomoe Sharingan currently active, and although his exhaustion is slowly creeping up on him, he's able to dodge. The only thing that's making this hard for Kakashi is the fact that he has to help Naruto too, and that's kind of proving to be a nuisance, but Kakashi knows he can deal with it. He just has to find a way to get out of here, says, and he weaves hand sign and says, "Fireball Jutsu," as he tries to destroy the ice mirrors, but it doesn't work. And eventually Sasuke arrives too, staying outside. And after all three of them work together from the inside and outside, the way they failed to work together in the original, in canon, they're able to they managed to destroy Haku's ice mirrors. And Haku, with no choices left, tries to go in for one final hit, but after being blocked, kind of just gives up and says, "Kill me. I no longer serve a purpose." As Team 7, feeling a bit of regret, like a bit of sympathy for him, just kind of stops for a second as Kakashi activates Chidori and stabs through his chest. And it really wasn't a good scene, but all of Team 7 realized that if they wanted to be in the ninja world, this is how it was going to be. So they had to get used to this. Anyways, they were able to escort Tazuna back to his house, and after a good meal and a lot of rest, they were all fine. They did chakra training and everything, but most of the days they just helped Tazuna build his bridge and kind of just looked after him in case anybody else would arrive. And on the last day, somebody did arrive. It was Gato. He had brought over 500 mercenaries, but as Naruto looked at it, first he was scared, but after carefully reviewing all the people that had arrived on the boat, he realized, you know what, maybe these guys aren't too strong after all. And he realized that none of them were ninja, they were just normal people with weapons. And so Team 7 were just like, okay, we're giving you 5 seconds to retreat. And Gato scoffed, saying, "You and what army?" As all of Team 7 produced some clones, as all of the villagers also came, and some of the mercenaries decided to rush in, but Team 7 were able to deal with them so quickly that all the other mercenaries started begging for their life, jumping into the water and swimming away. Meanwhile, Gato started shouting, saying, "You cowards, I'll handle them myself." And it was kind of too late though. Gato couldn't do anything, as Team 7 just kind of gave him to the villagers, because Gato had done some terrible things to the villagers, so they just gave them to the villagers to do whatever they wanted to do to Gato, and they did some bad things. In the end, the bridge did get named the Great Naruto Bridge, so yeah, that happens. But with that, they return to the village. Unfortunately, that's where I'm going to be ending this video. If you want to see more what ifs, make sure to subscribe. The 100 sub special is going to be sick, so make sure to subscribe from your other channel. Get your friends to subscribe. Anything. If we hit 100 subs, I'm going to be posting an insane video. I'm working on a new thumbnail, and Plot Next is helping me, so huge shout out to him if you want to check out his channel. He also does what ifs. So yeah, with that said, bye bye.